I was a late bloomer. I started out when I was close to 40. So I knew that I've been lucky. I mean, because I started out at the same time as Henning Mankell, and we had this huge success in Germany and in Sweden and other countries. First of all, Germans are the best readers in the world and probably the best listeners when it comes to audiobooks. So, and I've been here so many times, and you realize that this is a book country. I mean, in Germany you can have Lesungen you can go on and just read from your book for an hour, and people just sit there and they listen with concentratedly. I mean, and this is only in Germany, not even in Switzerland and Austria. So I mean, you're good readers. You're the best readers in the world. That's what I was surprised about with Germany. For a number of years, I did both teaching and writing, and my pupils, I mean, they're 15, 16, 17 years old. So what is your new book about? They said, and I said, it's about life, death, and love. Oh, they said, good. Because every book should be about life, death, and love, and because these are the essential things. So I mean, whatever I'm going to write, I want to write a good story, and I want to talk about life, death, and love. But a love story could be something very pink, couldn't it? Oh, it's a love story. It's a little bit ridiculous sometimes. So I hope to write more than love stories. Whether there is a God or not is probably the most important questions we have to deal with. It makes all the difference, doesn't it? If there is a God or not, if there is a devil or not. I mean, it's one of these fundamental existentialistic questions that you start asking yourself when you're a teenager, and then you carry it with you all your life, and I mean, some people think they reach an answer, and some people don't reach an answer. So of course and if you are a writer, you want to write about the fundamental questions of life. The label, whether it's a crime story or a novel, it's not very interesting to me. I mean, I want to write a good story, a story that is so good that I would like to read it myself. But I mean, of course, you're put into corners, because if it is a Schweden Krimi, you sell very well, and people love Schweden Krimi or Scandinavian crime stories in Germany. So I think they would, if they could, they would like to put that label on every book. This is a Schweden Krimi. It is a book written by a Swedish writer, but perhaps it's a Krimi, perhaps it's something different, and to me it's not important. The important thing, as you said, is to be able to deal with these big questions and writing a good story at the same time. That's what I'm trying to do. I love Dietmar Bär. I think he's such a nice man. He's I mean, we meet from time. I mean, we meet a couple of times every year, and we've got to know each other. So Dietmar is such a wonderful character. I mean, he's so warm and friendly. He's a man with a golden voice, of course. He's such a good reader. But then the way he treats people, because he's very famous and everybody sort of think they know him, but he talks to everybody, takes his time, and wherever. If I walk together with Dietmar, I mean, he talks to. If I walk 200 meters in the street, Dietmar talks to 6 people, and they don't know him. They just watched Tatort, and they know he's Freddy Schenk. So, but I mean, he's a really good guy, and I'm so happy that he's doing the audiobooks. With these readers that can sit and listen for hours and hours, why do you abbreviate it? Why do you cut it? It's a question I'm asked from time to time, and I never got a proper answer. And this time Dietmar told me that now he is doing both. He's doing the shorter version, and then but if you take it from the internet, or from, then you have the full version. But I mean, in Sweden it's always the full version. You don't cut it. And I mean, in Germany, I mean, being the listeners and the readers that you are, you should have the full version of every book, and don't cut it, please. I haven't changed that much. Perhaps the thing that might have changed is that I think there is a God. I think, after all, there is a God up there. He's probably not the God that you find in the churches, because I never go to church, but I think there is a good power, somebody up there, a he or a she that likes us and loves us, and also there is a devil. This is more than it used to be, like 20 years ago. Otherwise, the other fundamental questions, I think I still have the same questions, no answers. Well, I have a perfect, if you could take one day of your life to eternity and sort of relive it, I know I want to go on a safari because a couple of years ago I went to Africa, and we and my wife Elke, we had a safari, and that day was so perfect. Getting up early in the morning, and you have some coffee, and then you sit on this truck, and you drive out into the wilderness, and you see all these animals that perhaps God created, and we just spent the day like this, and it ended with we've seen everything, the big five. We've seen rhinoceroses and hippos and tigers, whatever. And then Elke said, because in the darkness we saw the male lion, and Elke said, couldn't he roar, please? And our driver said, I don't think he's in the mood for roaring, but then he did. He went in front of a cliff, and then he roared in the darkness. Roar! And you could hear it miles and miles and miles away. The male lion roaring at night. That is a perfect day. No writing, just watching animals.